All right. I may fall asleep midway through. We'll see. I very much enjoyed this, though. And, I will definitely take second Keith Billing. Well, I appreciate you stepping up, Keith. I appreciate that. Reload and try again. There you go. There you go. What's up, Drake, as well? Eric. Welcome in, everyone who's just tuning in. Andrew, in case I missed you, good to see y'all. Thanks for being here. Got the chat open, not the cheat. And, all right, changelog. I went ahead and deleted, I think, 200 plus old save games. So moving forward, we should be good. I didn't anticipate needing to reload back at any point, really. I'm comfortable with what we've done. And there you go. So we're going to continue on here with the King's Gambit. It turns out that this is a timed quest, because I started to try to collect herbs and stuff, herbs, as Henry would say, to maybe make some more savior schnapps so we can save our game and stuff. And then midway through, as I was traveling around, Henry was like, oh, I need to do that thing. And I checked my quest, and it does appear that there's a running clock on that. So that's not great. What's up, Josh? So that's not great. So we couldn't do a whole lot like I wanted to between off camera, I should say. I did make 15 savior schnapps, probably have about 13 now. But so we're gonna move ahead with this next quest, and we're gonna try to get into that important meeting with Sigismund. Or meeting, but he's gonna.
I better not forget about that council assembly.
There you go. That's what Henry's referring to right there. That's what I was referring to, rather. Council is slowly approaching. I should already start preparations if I haven't done so already. That actually updated. So before he said that just now, it would have said, Council's coming, but I still have plenty of time. So the clock is ticking on this. Didn't have time to do anything else, and that's fine. So you might remember this guy from a couple episodes ago.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually,
Kind
I have a
of.
little
We're
offer
blackmailing
for you.
this guy.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Yeah.
Call it what you like. I
Call
need to
it
get
what
into
you
the
like.
city council assembly, and I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
It's not my king. I'd like to see the king. I don't know, should we lie to this guy? I don't like him.
No, Sigismund's just a usurper.
I'm gonna kill
Wenceslas
him.
is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh?
How badass would
I
that
might
be
have
if we just
known.
snuck in thief
Speak
style
then.
and did a knife
What
to
do you
Sigismund's
want?
neck?
And tell the truth.
I want to know what he wants.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder a bit. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
And could you not choose a different occasion for that?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel?
I get to pick and choose the
If you
occasions.
want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right.
Hell yeah, Henry.
Maybe we can make
I
a
like
deal.
blackmailing Henry.
If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
I'll say when it's the end of our business. That's not for you to decide.
I must have misheard you. Our collaboration is only just beginning. Quill warrior.
Are you deaf, you impertinent pup? I repeat, I'll get you to the assembly and there ends our business. Over and done with.
All right. Have it your way.
That's not how blackmail works, but whatever.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
I'll blackmail him too.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is zum Eisernen
Is there a
Adler.
German quarter too?
What would work on him?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
Yeah, I feel like you should do more for me.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse
Where
me?
am I going to get
Do you think
the
you can
outfit?
serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
I'm dressed
Well,
better than you
look.
are, bitch. Get out of here.
But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made
we have the same
specially
hat?
for
I'm just
meeting
realizing.
the king. Don't even show up
In
there
different
without
colors.
Who's this boy?
We do.
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
I'll be going then. See you at the council.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
No promises. All right. The King's Waiter Certificate and clothes. So we'll need a fancy new outfit for this. Don't I have a waypoint like right there? Yeah, I do. Keep saying waypoint. You know I mean fast travel point, right?
Hey, innkeeper, that beer.
Oh, he's talking to me. Hey, innkeeper! That beer! Torch out. So I gotta
Grease
find...
careful.
I don't know, it's kind of late. I need to wait until morning. No one's even tending this shop. Odd. Seems like above me a little bit. Where's C, by the way? C is right up there. That's the King's Waiter Certificate. Yeah, I guess the tailor will be back in tomorrow. Hopefully we get here early enough. Yeah, it seems like everyone's clocked out for the day. They just leave all their wares on the tables. That's kind of crazy to me. Oh, not sure why for the first time everyone is kind of glitching in and out. That's fun. Let's see if this guy's still... Whoa! Yeah. Lockpick. The Iron Eagle.
Greetings. What do you want?
Kind of looks like the swords guy for Burgo.
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
I can do a better job.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse.
I'll
Them
pay you.
councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I just have to get in there, understand? I have an important message for the king about a plot against him.
But
Nice.
why would you want to get to him as a waiter?
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it.
Man,
so
he's
I have
got
to
on
be
his feet.
incognito. See?
I see. All right
Oh,
then.
I see.
To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Sure.
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. No need to get upset. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
I didn't know there were
makes
different
sense.
types of
And you'll
wine.
need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. I didn't get round to picking it up, so go and see Schneider in the
We
market.
about the same size.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you. I promise.
You better not. Wish you a blessed evening.
Okay. All right, so we just got to meet up with Schneider. Seems like, yeah, that was not difficult in the least. But I don't expect he'll be here tonight. Unless he's at the tavern or something. I think they would just take away the waypoint until morning. Yeah, I don't know where he went. Probably home. I have no idea where that is. This nice horse? Ew, garbage. No offense, horse. Maybe he's drinking over here.
That's not
Artisan,
possible.
artisan,
Of course it is.
smelter Volkmar. Cobbler Linhart. Yeah, he's probably
Excuse me?
drinking somewhere around here. Maybe he's in here. Tess Linhart. She's with a different dude. Scandalous. Maybe he's back here. Hired hand, artisan.
You already told me.
You already told me. There's Ulrich. Oh, there's Ulrich. Getting wasted. Hey. Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain? Alright.
Greetings to you.
There's not that many people here, honestly. Service shouldn't be that bad. Alright, I don't know. Let's just wait until morning, I guess. I don't have a better idea.
It's like I'm invisible or something.
It's like I'm invisible or something. Thankfully, we just rested recently. I don't remember where offhand now. I did finally locate the baths on the map again, just by taking a peek at it as I was going over it. I do see it in the western-ish part. 63, 74, 85, 96. Alright. This should be... I would think this is his place. I probably could have broken in here last night, come to think of it. That seems more fun than what we did. Let's do that. It's more fun than sitting around all night. I'm just assuming it's in that chest. I don't really know for sure, but... A lot of people walking about. Sneaky clothes. Wait, which one was it? This, which one was it? Is it around the corner? Did the chest disappear? Huh, armor. That's cool. I mean, that makes sense. I guess they would take their chests with them. Anyone gonna see this? Give me a better spot. I don't like that. $825. Armorer's kit. Can patch up my stuff with all that. These seem nice. I probably can't wear them out here, though. Honestly. Is anyone paying attention to any of this? Let's just take all the most expensive stuff. Yeah, no one seemed to notice. Nice. Where is this? Whatever. Where is this? This is... Let's try to go by the, Really? Really hard for some stuff that was not really worth it? Yeah, I don't think I can wear this stuff. That was kind of a problem, now that I think about it. And again, I don't know that I have a chest in town here. Probably need to talk to Catherine some more. Well, that's disappointing. I don't know where that chest disappeared to.
Get dressed! You can't just walk around like this.
You're drunk. Yeah, I guess it's gonna show up here tomorrow. Alright. Well, that's fine. Let's see if any of this stuff is appreciably better than what we were rocking. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. We won't have to fix anything up if we... well, that's part of the problem right there. Is that This is the same thing, just all beat up. So let's just use these fix-it kits. And I can keep wearing my crappy stuff that's all torn up, and it won't be crappy anymore. Armor's kit. Look at that. Fix up the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah. Why is like the money symbol going up? Is it just telling me like how much more everything's worth now? Is that what was going on there? I don't know. All right. We used all of our kits. And I guess that our numbers get better. See if there's any pluses now in any categories. Gotta be a couple upgrades with what I stole. You would have to think. Yeah, it's not a huge boost. It's probably not worth it for getting caught. We could certainly get rid of the stuff that's... that's nice too. Yellow's a good color for Henry. I guess it's covered up by other stuff. Like, we don't need this. We can move it to the horse. That works. Let's just do that. I can't wear any stolen stuff. I don't need that. I forgot we got some maybe better shoes. These better for our charisma than the, what are we wearing right now? We're in work boots. You telling me these aren't better for my charisma? That's kind of crazy. Fancy purple shoes. All right. Yeah, let's just stash this on the horse for now. But that's nice. We got to fix up all of our stuff. And I'm assuming there's not going to be anything blue here. I should already be wearing the best stuff. This is... Yeah, it's marginally better. Alright. Might as well put the... oh, this is stolen, but in a different area. Hence the little silver mitt versus the red mitt. Put that away, and then we have literal mitts for some reason. Does this do anything for me? Just keep the riding gloves. That would be fantastic. I'm trying to make an Emperor's New Clothes. Oh my gosh. I don't know what in my voice. Oh my gosh. Little Cartman there, but 23? I thought we were done with the upgrades. I mean, that's already, we were already wearing that. Why is that showing blue? I don't get that. I mean, it's been doing that the whole game. 23 is pretty good, though. Maybe we get to talk to the king. All right, I'm going to pound the schnapps after that. That's worth it to me. What are we wearing right now? Fancy clothes. Torch out. All right, that was sort of worth it. I think we can all agree. We already stole Sigismund's meat from his chest and gave it to the poor like a modern day. Dang it. Did my hunger drop to 49? I guess not. By modern day, I mean 1403 version of Robin Hood. Eat some venison this time. There you go.
Praised be Jesus Christ.
All right. So now I'm assuming that
O's! Colourful O's! Great for church and the tavern
Hillary for the good. The gallows.
Vegetables.
Where's the clothes guy? This guy.
Fine day.
Oh, you were the one with the crappy
Take your pick.
chest. Really, like a mini table set up for drinking by the...
What can I do for you?
I heard you sewed clothes for Franta Coldan.
I hear one Franta cooldown is supposed to come and pick up new
Nice day,
clothes for me.
Torch.
Aye, the finest.
I have no
I
reason
spent
to
the
have that.
best part of 2 weeks working on them, and damn near left my fingers on them as buttons. But it was worth
What does
it.
that mean?
With clothes like that, he wouldn't be ashamed to stand before the king himself.
You almost
So
cut your
happens.
fingers
You hit
off
the
and
nail
used
on
them
the
as
head.
buttons on it?
Franta asked me to pick up those clothes for him.
Really?
Look at my clothes.
Gave
I'm
me a
fancy.
certificate. See? It's got his name on it.
It's got his name on it.
I was hoping he'd try them on one last time before final adjustments. But, very well then.
can trust me. I'm fancy.
Broadcloth.
Alright.
Woolen.
I did also sharpen the sword off camera, so Ratziglia's sword is all maxed out.
Greetings to you.
Quite happy about that. Alright. Looking good. Oh, what'd this guy do? Oh, sad sack. What's up, buddy?
Not your day, eh? What if I freed you?
I'd scalp obviously.
He's honest.
So you don't end up here too.
Alright. Let's pop on the clothes, I guess. So we need to... I guess this is the easiest outfit to remake, so I guess it's just my my Russian hat, a torch, a dagger, and I guess this embroidered shirt too. So let's put on the waiter outfit, the royal waiter's coat. It is pretty fancy, I like that. What else do we have? The royal waiter's hat, and the royal waiter's pizzle cover, right? And the hose of a royal waiter. That's what I meant. Looking good, Henry. Look like a jester. Alright. That was us. Yeah, we should be nicer to that guy. It's my first day at work. Turn it up.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in
Franta
for him at the
Cooldown.
council assembly.
Franta's not coming. What's wrong with him?
He said Sigismund's big old... he's praying in the church. Let's just say he's hurt.
He crippled his leg.
There you go.
Can't even stand up. Never mind serve guests.
Is it serious? That's all we need. Having to find a new waiter.
No, it won't come to that. It just looks like a twisted ankle. A few days, and he'll be right as rain.
All right. Well, I suppose we'll just have to
coat.
manage with you for today. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
We're finally going to get a
There is?
glimpse at Sigismund.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have.
Where's your
Clothes are
royal
good.
waiter pizzle
It's a
cover?
good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to
Oh,
run
yeah.
around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad.
Nice.
Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Of course.
I'm no greenhorn. I have plenty of experience. Not long ago, I poured wine for the Archbishop of Mainz.
Oh, I see. Forgive me. But allow
I'd
me to give
slap
you
you
one
for
piece
that.
of advice.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir Adam of Zarjitz will be among the guests. Don't pour wine for him. Otherwise he'll get drunk and disgrace us all in front of the king.
That sounds
and in
funny.
general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you.
Except that lush, right?
Understood?
I understand everything.
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder.
That's what I'm looking for.
Not just
Oh,
anyone
no,
can
it's not.
serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it. Right?
Dude, I got this. I mean, he just said don't serve that one guy, right? Is this going to be a problem?
Can you tell me...
Are you soft in the head? You stand in a corner, keep your mouth shut, and when someone orders wine, you go and serve them.
Okay.
Don't pour for Adam of Zarjitz, because he can't hold his booze. Red monastery wine, white Tokai by the door to the chapel. Got it?
Red what?
I know everything I need to. I can do it.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a lighter load. You can wait in the cubbyhole for the servants.
Okay. Gutenberg City Council, morning. Can I at least keep my savior schnapps? Apparently not.
There are the pictures of wine.
Our current
Hopefully I won't splash
Waffen
anyone's
is a
shoes.
joke. And on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should
Hey,
the
wait,
town
Paul
reserve have
Mr.
worse weapons than any Räuber in the
Yes,
domain?
sir.
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I
I'm
apologize, sir.
saying that the bandits
Which one?
who freed
White
Hennig, the
Tokai.
dry devil,
White
used
Tokai.
that thing. That Hackenbücher
Which guy was it?
hand cannon. Can you
This
believe
guy?
it? Where did
Here you
they
go,
get
sir.
them?
Sir?
You're the one who should know where they got
This is Andrew Pilnor.
Gunsmith.
Polnor.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that
fancy
they
walk.
Herrgott. It is eine
I could do
Schande
this.
when outlaws
Man, who-
have better
did I already
weapons
spill
than
some?
the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What
I
I,
fancy
smell is
some
that your
Tokai.
stubborn heads
Refill,
do not
boy.
realize
Oh.
what Schwierigkeiten
I'm
this
forbidden.
is.
That's not a good idea,
The
sir.
dry devil
This is
running free.
unbelievable.
There are Raubritter everywhere
Which guy was
in
it?
the region.
Who said that?
We have the army bearing
see.
down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty helmets.
Fun little mini game.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The
Part of me
merciful
really
King
wants to
Sigismund
serve that
providing
Adam
us
guy
with
some wine.
protection, isn't he?
Der
White
König
Tongue, call
and
me
his
Red
army
Wine.
will not be here forever.
Red wine? Oh,
Shut
that
up.
guy has got his hand
The
up.
king can arrive at
Yes,
any
sir.
moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest
I think it was this
silver
guy with
heap
the
in the
hat.
kingdom,
I got a dog.
and we're
Monastery
supposed
wine
to defend
here.
it with brooms?
Sir?
Right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
Well, we can always confiscate the property
Fight
of the
the
king's
Lord.
enemies.
I don't see what all those
We are more than
ale
familiar
house
with the
maids'
yeomanly
problem
state
is
of our armory.
everyone's drinking when Henry's
King is
around.
surely aware of it
Everyone's
as
got
well. Maybe if
a
he
full
waived some of
glass
the
if they want
taxes.
one,
The king fears that this town will rise against him.
except that one
He'll
guy.
take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just
We're
wait
still
with
waiting on the
arms
king.
crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the
Sup?
current situation.
Working
We
harder.
shall wait and see what
All right.
His Majesty thinks about the matter.
myself, I
Maybe
guess.
we can change his mind. Vielleicht.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
I'd like some monastery
baths or
wine. Refill my
brothels?
cup, boy.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry, sir. Orders from above.
This is
So the
unbelievable.
cleanliness of the
This
city
is
not
unbelievable.
what it should be. The current baths.
Can we
in the
report on
city
the quality of the
fall
wine
far
service
short
at
of
this
covering all the
shindig
citizens'
tonight?
needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink and wants to repair
everything
the
all right?
baths that used to be there.
But there's
She's a
nothing to do about
protege
it.
of Mare.
Come closer.
Her efforts are commendable.
What's the
I
problem?
need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief.
What?
She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit.
Is that a
Go
fake
and
beard?
get it. And don't you make a mess there, understand?
But I'm supposed to pour wine.
I can't. I'm supposed to serve the lords.
You're supposed to do what you're told. But suit yourself. I'll go and get it myself after the assembly.
Death.
I,
A great many
I don't
people
know, am I-
died needlessly.
I don't want to get yelled at.
I'm
sorry.
I don't want to miss the king either.
The Black Death.
That's
had
the whole
nothing
reason
to do
I'm
with
here.
The baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the
Yeah,
wickedness
is this lady single?
going on in there.
What's your deal?
Keeping the city clean is important. But we don't
Waiter,
have
pour me
money
red
to
wine.
Arguing about who is going
Red
to
wine?
wash
All
where
right,
and
gotcha.
how is a waste of time.
It's only
I
a waste of
apologise, sir.
time because we're always
Which one?
arguing about the same thing.
Am I
Not
speaking
at
in
all.
Latin?
If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle,
Sir?
we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
Is that Adam right there
Do you
with the
ever
red
walk
hair?
the streets
Yeah.
here? Sewage, rats, slop.
I did the thing where I'm like,
rubbish.
which
The least
type
we
did
can
you
do
want? And the
for
guy's like,
citizens
I
is to
said,
provide
and then I'm
them
right
with
there.
a
I'm
place
like,
to
just
wash up.
kidding.
What nonsense.
We're one of those fun waiters.
You'll want me to serve wine to everyone for free, too.
Why not? In Jerome
Why
Mars's
not?
earthly
Missed
paradise,
opportunity.
everything would be free.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Oh, there's
Gentlemen,
Babik.
let's agree to disagree.
Give him a wink. I'm a waiter.
I
Wink,
got
wink.
word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept
talking
that the
about
city
my
isn't
work?
run his way.
Tokai!
At least until
And the
His
full cup.
Majesty honors us with his visit.
Which one is that? Is the
And
white?
as we know, Gunslin
That was white.
absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants.
Which one
as
is
long as
he?
he does no damage.
Prokop?
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
The Lord.
I'm
Well, thank
speaking
the
about the
Lord.
Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that.
I was there.
Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be
Yeah,
deceiving
we're still
me.
blackmailing
Are
him.
you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Babik.
Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard,
I gotcha.
true, but in this
Coming
case,
right away.
it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
I'm coming.
That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to
He didn't have to
himself
say
while
thank
the
you.
king is here.
It's hard to screw this up when there's
true,
literally just two types
Because
of
if we
wine.
don't do something about him, the king himself
Jesus
will put
style,
an
they
end
never
to
seem
him,
to end.
and soon.
Unless he puts an
Hey,
end
waiter,
to us first.
pour me some Tokai.
God knows what he
Oh,
wants to
I
tell
got you.
us.
If nothing happens,
I gotcha.
there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas, but I wouldn't brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Where the hell's
Are you
Sigismund?
accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened?
I'm not keeping
You need
anything
some.
from.
Looks like the maiden's
There's little
asking
truth
for
to the
wine. Are you allowed to
rumors
just like lean
circulating
up
around
against the
town.
wall? Like,
Yes,
Lean up
Rutard
against
and
the
I
wall
had
like
a
that?
little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
you talking about Rosa?
So Rutard
We still need to give Rosa
is
that book
hiding
that we
behind
stole.
his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels.
I think that's cool.
It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this,
Bring back the duel, that's
rabble
what
in
I
the
say.
city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman
like
from the
some
city
monastery
sword
wine.
fighting school
Refill
brought
my
this custom
cup,
to
boy.
us. That German Menhard
He's
is just
loving
hanging
this.
around the market looking
I think
for
monastery's white, right?
Ridiculous, Forsucker. You act like you've never been in a fight yourself.
Hopefully this is the
And
wrong
to
one.
accuse a swordsmaster
Red,
without a
white,
shred of
it's all
proof.
the same, right?
We're not some old fishwives on the marketplace.
trouble. So you will
He's
just
the
leave
only.
it be?
He's the
Proven
only one I
offences
don't have
are
to
punished by the bailiff, and that's that.
have to respect
There are
here.
more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards
Everything in
are
order?
apparently settling
Not quite.
accounts their own way.
But I think you
we'll
might be able
soon
to
be the
help.
laughing stock of the whole town.
All right, this is starting to.
Rest assured, the whole town
Starting to
is
tick
already
up
laughing
here.
at us all day long.
Which one is this guy?
with, sir? I left my gloves in the chapel.
It's not my
I took
job.
them
I'm
off
here
to
to
pray, but
pour
then I
wine.
rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and
Sounds
walk
like a
out
personal
now.
problem.
But if you disappear for a little while,
Yeah, then it's my ass.
I really shouldn't, sir. A fine servant you are.
I'm just here for the wine. What if one of your buddies needs a refill?
The hell with
What if
it.
you need a refill?
We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Hey, waiter, pour me some monastery wine.
No, you can suck it, Adam.
idea, sir.
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime,
hell is
they are
Sigismund?
calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our
You there,
noses.
lad.
It's just
A
the
cup of
village
bread.
with the monastery,
Don't
and they are
you
going to make a
skimp on
oil
me.
mining city.
Coming right up.
Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Haven't you noticed there's a war going on?
Sir?
Are the experts from far off supposed to welcome the city under siege?
About time. Sorry you had to wait 7
I get the
seconds.
feeling there's something
That's
other
pretty
than the
good where I
welfare
come
of the
from.
city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do you?
Henry says you're cut
What
off.
would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar
Waiter.
there?
So
Pour
what
me
if I
red
would?
wine.
Hold your horses, gentlemen.
You got it.
Space in the side nave is
Seriously,
mine.
how big are these
The Hellfeast
pictures?
is over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith dares
Yeah, this
to
is the guy that
insult
wanted me
me?
to... Oh, wait, no, that was the guy next to him.
Good.
I think
Now
not.
run along.
Excuse me.
Ass.
You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare
Acting
you?
like this is hard work,
I
though.
acquired my
I'll do this
seat
if it
for
pays
the
well. I kind of want to
services
sit in the
our
king's
guild
seat.
provided and still provides to the crown.
Hey, boy, a full
I
cup
hope
of
you're not
monastery
supplying
wine.
equipment to the
I
army.
apologize, sir.
If that's all they
Which
have,
wine?
they would be
Monastery red.
defeated by that bunch of
Red.
wells from the alehouse on
All right, I don't know why I had in my head that that was white.
Those wrestlers
That's
of
why
theirs,
this
of
guy was
course.
pissed off at me, but again,
People from
I
the
don't
whole
care what
town
he
go to watch
thinks.
them brawl.
Sir?
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has
Thank you,
all
Major.
been sorted out.
It's funny, I have that same
Not
hat, but
long
I can't
ago,
say it.
The guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had
I'm like
forgotten.
champing at the bit
What
to
do
be
we have
like,
to discuss
don't you
next?
hate the way it kind of like scratches at your... Oh. Is the Emperor invisible too? Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
I'm telling you, something is being planned.
Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Oh. Uh-oh. Our first look at Sigismund. Been hating this guy for a game and a half, everybody. That hair is a choice. Thought it was like Rick James for a second. Chappelle Show era until the light hit him. He's not with Markvard, is he? Oh. That's not good. Is Markvart not recognized? I mean, I guess he only saw us that one time, right? He probably won't remember us. This is crazy. I still got that poison on me. Oh, you killed my parents, you son of a bitch!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this band of fires!
All right. At that time at Ravage Fortress. Oh yeah, this is where all of our allies are convening. Radzig, Hanish, Sir Hans, Father Godwin, he is coming in. And everybody's drinking. Seems so much more relaxed and fun here compared to the other meetup. We Godwin again? That'd be cool. I like playing as Godwin.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea.
Pup sounds
I
sad.
didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
Damn right.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject. Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest, and even a rabbi coming together here.
It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Burgers
But
too.
I suppose I can try.
Who's that Frenchman?
Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malachov?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
Here, here.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Man, how old is Godwin's dad? Like, Godwin's no spring chicken himself. Hey, Shishka. That eye's still crazy to me how good it looks, considering...
Good day to you!
Greetings to you too.
Anna? Man, I want to play as Hans and hit on some of these ladies. Rabbi. There's Samuel. So they came here. We met them earlier. There's Liechtenstein. Noble. He looks like the swordsmith for Burgov. That's why he's probably trying to hide away. There's the French guy. I don't know.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry. We don't know each other.
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
He's like the
Isn't
Frenchier,
that
more
exhausting?
eccentric.
Mais non! And I'm
Hans
glad to
Capon.
meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais! Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a
You're just
gesture
pulling
for
my
amusement?
pizzle.
I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
I guess he's not pulling anything.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea.
Cool.
If you are interested in my greatest journeys,
I guess
then
that's
I
kind of
have
a big
traveled
deal.
With a merchant caravan
Being in
all
Bohemia,
the way
we're like,
to the
ooh,
Ottoman
the ocean?
Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed,
Charter
then
Kelly. Is that the
that was
ocean?
perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope?
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome.
Pleasant fellow.
A pleasant fellow.
How did you end up imprisoned in Malachov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Kuttenberg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
Couldn't be more wrong. Here's the thing. I have.
So, Be so kind as to enlighten me.
Let's pretend.
When they broke through the defense, I ended up in captivity. It was only due to my acquaintances in a court that I escaped execution.
Oh. I thought it was Henry who saved your neck.
My neck was not at risk in Maleshov. I may have still been a prisoner with my personal freedom restricted, but they never broke my spirit.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say.
It's like I'm a big deal in France.
My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name.
It's
Here
like
in
Cheers.
Boigny,
You're familiar.
I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
Yeah. You're not Henry level. You gotta do quite a bit to... Oh, drink wine. Got a little paper cup. I don't think it's a paper cup, but still. Oh, yeah. Alright, who else we got? Enhanced mixture. I'm curious. What kind of perks does he have? What kind of buffs? Drunkenness. Overeating. Tavern brawler. That's pretty cool. Alcohol gives you strength. Your unarmed skill is increased. Nice. I knew I liked Godwin.
Then ask the bailiff to do something about it.
Where's that beer?
I don't see Radsick or anybody. Alright, let's talk to Rabbi. And Samuel.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community.
Community.
I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common.
You drink and
And
bed
we are
lady. You have a
both
concubine as well?
on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda,
Smoking hot concubine
leader
from that
of
last
the
game,
rabbinical
actually, if memory
court in
serves.
the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all.
Yeah.
Why did we have to come here, Sadie?
And Godwin kind
Do
of
you not see
agrees.
everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of
That
need.
guy's wasted in the background
And
there.
why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Aw. Are you looking for friends?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to
sacred
attend
wine.
to here than gaining
Let's
the
bless
few
everything in the
groschen.
forest.
The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Work together.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a
We met.
hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
That guy's awesome.
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him.
Henry knows everybody.
We did not get off to a very good start.
Yeah, he beat up the two buddies of this guy.
Henry's done a few things I'd like to give him a slap or two for. But like they say, to err is human. For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz.
It's true.
He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Wait, a blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right.
You know him?
Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the
That was
name
my
of
dad.
Martin.
I mean, my adopted
My
dad.
daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one. Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children.
Yeah.
At least, none of his own.
Huh.
He took in Henry and raised him as his own on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents.
Huh.
And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Just filled up my little cup. Again, that guy's been drinking back there. Look at everyone just brings their own cup. It's not a bad system. Looked like Dry Devil was talking. Oh, yeah, it is Dry Devil. I mean, that makes sense. Ziska's
Dear
here.
friends and allies,
Zishka.
In these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Yeah, we can't risk
Are we
that.
seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame?
Here, here.
A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Godwin.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Everybody's split.
I'm not going to die.
Need someone to whistle.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
And Shining Godwin just having a drink in the corner.
Well, that went just as expected.
It's like the League of Lords on the other side. They're hardly in lockstep either.
Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake.
Sure.
But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
Nope.
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides,
He's running out of resources.
Henry's killing so many of them single-handedly.
That aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we
You had
find
to figure he
support
was
to
up to
make it look
something
like
in
the whole thing was his
Gutenberg.
idea, we'll all win.
Yeah, it's sad but true. You gotta consider his ego.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
Okay.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Botchek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our
Anna's
side,
here, right?
we've won the day.
Maybe they're all here.
Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Why me, of all people?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders.
It's true.
You know how to talk, and you're not just out for your own good. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That's why I know I can count on you both. There aren't many like you two left.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her here. Assemblies like this are more of a...
A male affair? So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
Nice.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her. And that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
Interesting.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was
what that
taken.
lady's name was.
Only he's here, instead of cozying
Who's
up
that
with
other widow
Sigismund
that we
in Kuttenberg.
bet it?
So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Botchek of Kunststadt.
We were at Lousy
I know
Mary
the
in the
name, but I
last,
can't quite
or
place
most
it.
recently.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome, because it would mean slow but certain defeat for all of us.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Love that expression.
Success to our plans.
All right. Let's find these folks. Conrad the Vector.
Sir, I don't believe I've had the honor.
Nor I, until now. I am Sir Conrad, Lord of Wächter. And you are the heir to the Lord of Rabosh, are you not?
Used to be. My father somewhat disowned me.
I've been priesting and whoring and drinking
I used
since
to be
then.
the Royal Mint Master, until the king decided to replace me.
We've got quite a bit in common, wouldn't you say?
More than you think. If my memory doesn't deceive me, you serve as a parish priest. So I recollect, at least, from my recent discussions with Martin.
Served. That's in the past.
Even so. Before King Wenceslas appointed me his mint master, I was a priest. I was even being groomed to become a bishop.
And now look at us. We have cast off our robes and merrily hatched plots against Sigismund.
There's no point in waiting for divine intervention.
There you go.
On the contrary, the current state of affairs demands quite a secular approach.
Do you think you might get your position as mint master back again?
I doubt it. Half the town hates Vavak, but no one would even think of saying a word against him. And he knows that his security stands and falls with his function, so he clings to it tooth and nail.
Are you going to support the Margrave's proposal?
I haven't quite decided yet. It's true that displeasure against the king is noticeably growing in Kuttenberg, but if our rebellion were to come face to face with Sigismund's army, I'd be risking my future, if not my life.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
A beer. Random noble. Hans. Rabbi, Sammy. There's Anna.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity.
Henry would have his eyes on more than that if he were here. Oh well.
It isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
How do you know Liechtenstein's behind it?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Margrave's plans. But they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein, on the contrary, sees his opportunity.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place. This occasion provides all of those things.
The wine here is average. The cooks lack imagination. And I have yet to hear any interesting offers. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts.
Hell yeah.
If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor.
That's more Henry's business.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harman Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him, I would support your proposal.
That's Henry work. Okay.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the
But I don't know
shed
anything about
on the
stealing.
outer courtyard. Bring them to me, and put these there instead. But watch yourself. Odorim's groom has eyes everywhere.
Lord of the Rings. People outside, too. This is where Ratsig was hiding.
A nightingale surrounded by hawks.
Henry. Horse. Cabalus. Bibiana, there's our horse.
What brings you here?
I'm looking at my own horse. Get out of here, stable master. Henry.
preached like the devil.
Be careful with those drosh. Greetings to you too.
All the horses?
What brings you here?
What brings you here?
Hey, you! What are you doing here? No one's allowed in here.
Very hard. Oh, he has the skill that tells you, shut up, servant, this is my home. It's Animals. Yeah.
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while.
I need to get that
and
skill
I have a
for
feeling
Henry.
You do well to talk a little. In conspectu Dei.
Who in God's name are you?
In God's name indeed. I'm a priest, and I know a wretched sinner when I see one.
Is it that obvious? Christ above.
What'd you do?
Don't blaspheme. It'll help you more to confess.
And in the morning, when I met him, I swore I never laid eyes on his daughter, even though my back was scratched raw from our roll in the hay.
That's a mortal sin. Lying with a woman that you're not joined with in holy matrimony. And then
That's
lying
rich
about
coming
it
from
too.
him. That's great.
That's already 2 commandments broken for the price of 1.
I'll go to hell for that, won't I?
You won't. As long as you repent. Be contrite. Fast and pray. 10 Our Fathers. Ego te absolvo.
I'll start right
Ego.
away. Thank you, Father.
Nice. All right, so he's got his own ways. I like that. This Godwin. All right, looks like we got Anna on the team. Let's turn this into her.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Where was she?
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek.
Hey, ale housemate.
That's hard to believe. Martin likes to exaggerate.
Maybe it's just done. I don't see the M anymore. Oh, here she is.
I've got those papers from Alder for you.
Quiet! You don't have to announce it to everyone.
Lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
10 Our
As
Fathers. I mean, that's what people
I
want,
will
though. They want a
support
nice, easy.
Liechtenstein's proposal with both words
Like,
and
100,
money.
really?
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
How could I refuse a toast with such a fine lady?
I think we're all right.
To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
Wonder if that's going to catch up to me at some point. You don't have to, like, down it every time, do you? Unless you do. Oh, wait, my thing is 3/4 full. Well.
I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Ha! Even better. But you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Alder.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I apologize, Father.
For interrupting our conversation? Or just for being you?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak
I guess
up,
he
then.
could be my dad.
What are you doing here?
We'll talk later and in private. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him.
They travel
Lost
well,
everything,
Dad.
and
What can I
then
say?
came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare you?
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let me speak to Older.
Dishonoring your host.
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you to a duel.
What were we just saying? What were they just saying back in the Gutenberg? Sure.
I'm not happy about it, but I accept.
I feel like...
This isn't how I imagined my first meeting with my brother.
How about that?
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back. Did they teach you that in the seminary? That was sneaky.
Look in my eyes, not at my sword.
That one's for free,
Not
brother.
bad for a priest.
So have I never met this guy before? That's kind of funny, if that's the case.
That was sneaky.
Left arm lower.
I love the tips as we're kicking his butt.
Not bad for a priest. Did they teach you that in the seminary?
You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Wanker. I'm wasted too.
Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse. Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist. Cover your right side. You've got a gap there I could drive a cart through.
That was sneaky.
That was sneaky.
Not bad for a priest.
What's wrong with your legs?
You're fast.
You're no match for me.
Cut the bullshit and fight.
Forgive me, Lord, for...
I want to hear his taunts.
You've no chance against me.
Not bad for a priest.
I'm gonna kill this guy. Good lord.
Enough.
Enough.
That will do.
Hey, look at my meter, man. I'm wasted. You should not have won that fight. Or I should have won that fight. See, I'm wasted.
My God. Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer.
I learned it while I was boozing and whoring. You can do both.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be
Yeah, aren't you
satisfied.
tired of
The
killing
sooner you
yourself for that
realize
old man?
The better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
Not at all. I remember him the same since I was a nipper. When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg.
Oh God, what'd he
He
do?
wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
Damn.
The first time he took me hunting. He let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Oof.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up.
See, now we're friends and we both hate the dad.
Rolled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Older.
Aye. The outcome of this war depends on it.
That sounds very important, considering you and Older are both pretty small players. After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Older. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But you'll have to trust me and tell me what it's all about.
Do I have any choice?
If it's really that important.
I was gonna
You
say, I don't want to mess this up.
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
Only no one's going to pay for one. because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the
Keep it on the
councillors
DL.
and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
I like it.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
Oh, man.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Hell yeah. I don't think... You should probably start off with someone else, though. A night with Godwin at the tavern. No one's ready for that. Almost killed Henry. Alright. So that's 2 out of 3.
Look out!
Shut up, bro. Let me just talk to Radsig before I head back inside.
Godwin,
Find that last guy.
You wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little.
That's true.
Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Yep.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am.
Sure.
And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too
We
old
couldn't
to
get
miss
his
out on
voice
such an
actor,
event.
my good man.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child.
Oh, that's Henry's
No one
kid.
even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, it doesn't matter who kneeded the dough.
Wow.
As long as there's a pie in the oven.
I didn't even care that his lips didn't move
Well,
there.
It could be a miracle.
As long as there's a
Praise
pie
the
in the
Lord.
oven. Oh, God. Wow, so they just kind of like blew past that, but we definitely bedded Lady Stephanie in the last game, and unless she's sleeping with other people, because her husband's sterile. Henry's got a kid on the way. That's pretty crazy. Where's this last guy? I mean, just law of averages. How many women has Henry slept with? Like 6 by now? Where is this L? Upstairs? This the guy?
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips, and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear.
What a
Jobs
childbirth
comes
miracles.
up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes,
Most of
and
them
now
are-
you're all jostling
are
to
Henry
win
related.
me over for him.
On the contrary.
I think Hans fathered a kid in the last game too, most likely.
Does that improvement include
That lady that we
3,000
helped him
men
get
at
with.
arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
Are we not on the same side?
We are, but an alliance is of no use if it doesn't also guarantee safety.
That's fair.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position,
was saying I
you'd
understood.
think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing.
So we gotta play
who Yitka
matchmaker?
would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
Liechtenstein? What about me? He'll laugh at that. I feel like Liechtenstein's the right answer.
I believe Liechtenstein is single.
And an uncertain party. Besides, he's inconvenient for Sigismund. Yitka could end up being a pawn to blackmail both of us.
All right, then.
I'd be honored to oblige. I'm in my prime.
Forget about it. Even if by some miracle you could manage to sire children, you'd die before you could raise them.
The truth doesn't offend my lord, but I had to give it a try. How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him.
It's a good mix. Like hear all the ambient chatter and
a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain, too.
It's so true.
On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not.
I feel like we're just gonna have to like pretend to get the two of them together.
So,
for the good of.
Will you support our plan?
You're selling the skin of a boar that's still grunting. First, I want a confirmation that the wedding will take place as soon as possible.
At least we know the guy this time.
If Lord Capon refuses?
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his
Can I at least see Yitka or whatever her name is?
And go and tell Hanush.
Is she fetching? Is she comely? Is she here?
What's the hold up? Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain?
Let's see if we can't find Yitka.
That would be a waste of good wood.
She's probably out.
You really were bloody lucky.
Waste of good wood. That depends what Yitka looks like. Ayo. Servant Dasha. Matilda. Helena. Christina of Nazitz. And where the hell is Yitka? It's supposed to be like a blind arranged marriage or something? I mean, it's arranged, certainly, but I just wanna... There's Hanish. I guess we can ask him. Good. Anna's seemingly pretty fetching. I mean, we should probably talk to Hans first.
He's a fucking fucker, and I can't even take the without stretching my balls all bloody.
Stretching my balls all bloody. Yeah, I don't think she's here. I'm a little curious.
I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damn place.
I may have found one.
There's some old bat standing there with two young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
You're getting married.
You're going to get married.
Good one. Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs, Godwin. Wait till Hanush hears this. Now, enough nonsense. Let's have a drink to your health and my freedom.
To your health.
Gotta at least have a drink with the guy, right? Am I gonna pass out? Like, fail this mission? It's ticking up. Look at the little meter. She's going up. I guess she's also going back down, too. It's not like I've just been pounding drink. I'm not this guy. I'm not Conrad of Vecta. Oh, it is still going up, isn't it? Oh, good. Better talk to Hanish before we pass out.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
I've gained us a powerful ally.
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those Kuttenberg stuffed guts.
On the contrary, it's Bocek, the elder of Kunstadt and Podjebrad.
Kunstadt? By Christ, he's the last one I'd have expected to step up. How the hell did you do it?
There was a catch.
Well, there's one.
I don't know if it's a win-win. I
had to
we
promise
like
him.
Hans.
I don't even know how to begin.
Out with it.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so I arranged a betrothal for young Lord Capon, with your blessing if you agree.
Hans Capon is to marry Yitka of Kunstad. Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Does he like it?
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry
He likes
Kunstad's
it.
daughter? Niece. If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Oh my God.
But let's drink to it, shall we?
I'm all.
I must sadly decline.
I shouldn't drink anymore.
I'll take that personally.
All right. Well, I'm not really. I mean, we had to do this. We'll see how this plays out.
Your niece Yitka
Oh
can
my
start
God.
preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstad.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
I guess I need to drink to this guy.
Cheers
With this
to the
guy.
beautiful
Gotta
Lady
seal the deal,
Yitka
right?
And the unhappy Lord King.
Here's to a good bargain.
You know how I ended up last time. Pukes all over my feet.
Looks like my meter restarted. Or maybe I'm in hungover territory, I don't know. Maybe it went around the sun and I'm just in I'm in like a super drunk state or something. Super drunk. That's a thing, right? Ultra drunk.
I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of...
All right, Liechtenstein.
I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
He's so wasted.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen
he's
where you
drunk.
least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstad will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink.
Now I got all of them. What are you talking
So
about?
if you'll excuse me. My lords?
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I
Does
have
Hans know
also
about that
changed my
yet?
plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians.
I could see Pedro
Our
Pascal playing
community, and not
Zishka
only
there on the
ours,
left.
Will give you coin.
The mustache.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
And most importantly, we have Henry, and he's got a sword.
Will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I
feel like you're allowed
will
to
set
cheat
out
back
immediately.
then, though.
God willing,
I think that's
we
what the
will
other
be
men would
back
tell
within
him.
3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
That's where Godwin passes out, having 30 drinks in a couple hours. Poor Hans. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and comment on this video and click subscribe if you haven't already, as this seriously helps me to keep making great content for you.